Hi, welcome back to Anita's Home Cooking. Today I'm going to show you how I make disco fries, which is a Jersey favorite. If you're not sure or never heard of disco fries, it's French fries topped with some delicious gravy and gooey cheese on top. I like to use this French onion mix to make my gravy, and I will be showing you how I make it. But if you don't have this or can't find this, you can use also some other types of flavored envelopes. But if you can't find these at all, you can go ahead and make them using broth. So you can use canned broth, or you can make your own homemade broth by using any of these bouillon cubes. So I have beef and chicken here, or the bouillon powder. So you can make broth with this using 1 cup of water and 1 cube, or you can use any of these using 1 teaspoon of powder and 1 cup of water. So when I make the broth, I like to make it by using 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour for every cup of broth. So if you're having 2 cups of broth, you're going to use 4 tablespoons of butter and 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. But because this has some starch in it, I won't be using as much butter and all-purpose flour. So let's go over to the stove and get started making the gravy. So in here I had melted 4 tablespoons of butter, and I threw in 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour to make a roux. So this package makes 3 cups of soup, a French onion soup, but I'm turning this into a gravy. So I will be using 3 cups of water, but I'm only making 2 cups worth of roux, sorry. So I'm making only 2 cups worth of roux because there is starch in there. So now that it's come up to a boil and I've cooked off a little bit of that raw all-purpose flour, I'm going to go ahead and throw in 3 cups of water. So you can use plain water, but if you really want to boost up the flavor, you can use broth. So you can use chicken broth or beef broth. So I'm going to be using some beef broth in today. So I have 3 cups of water, so I'm making 3 cups of beef broth. So that's 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, and 3 teaspoons of this beef bouillon that I'm using to make broth to amp up the flavor. Okay, so I'm going to throw in this entire package. And now you're going to just wait for this to come up to a low boil and thicken up. So you want to make sure you continue to keep stirring this throughout the boiling process as it comes up to a boil. You don't want it to have it all settle to the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and throw in some black pepper. So you want to put as much pepper as you like. I do like a good amount of pepper. So this gravy on its own is already ready. It's good to go. You can use it for whatever. But if you want to amp up the flavor even more, just to boost up the flavor, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of sugar and 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. So this is just going to give it a nicer flavor. But those are optional steps. You don't have to do those. As you can see, this has come up to a boil and thickened up nicely. To make these disco fries, I'm going to use some frozen store-bought French fries. Today I'm using crinkle cut, but you can use any style of potatoes that you want. I do like to use crinkle cut because it has those little grooves in there, so it does kind of catch the gravy and cheese nicely. I'm going to put these fries in my air fryer and air fry them on 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. I just want to get a nice crisp on them. But if you don't have an air fryer, go ahead and put it in your toaster oven, or just follow the directions on the back of the package. So I just coated the bottom of my oven safe dish with some of the gravy I just made. And I just took my fries out of the air fryer. So I'm going to go ahead and dump them in here. Spread them out a bit. I'm gonna pour some more gravy on top. So pour as much gravy as you like. Make sure you're not too stingy with the gravy because it does give it some nice flavor. Now I'm going to top this off with some mozzarella cheese. So just put as much cheese as you like. If you're a cheese lover, go crazy with it. If you don't want too much cheese, put a little less. So the leftover gravy that you have, you can go ahead and store this in the fridge once it's cooled and use it for other recipes. It does stay for a little while in the fridge. So I'm going to go ahead and get this into my toaster oven and broil the cheese until it's melted. So I'm going to throw it in there. Once it's nicely bubbling and broiling, I'm going to bring it out. I just took my disco fries out of the toaster oven. If you don't have a toaster oven, you can go ahead and make this in your oven and broil it until the cheese melts. As you can see, these are very gooey, cheesy, delicious. So I hope you give this recipe a try because I'm sure you will definitely enjoy it. Something quick and easy to make. This is a great snack for kids, yourself, friends, or even a great starter to a meal. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be updated on my next video. And please give this recipe a try, and I'll see you in the next video.